Love of Silver and Shadows. Chapter 1. The Waitress with Eyes of Conquest. In the steaming underbelly of Manhattan, where the hot breath of subway tunnels kissed the heels of broken dreams, Valeria wiped down tables at La Perla Paisa. It was a forgotten Latino diner squeezed between gleaming skyscrapers that stabbed the sky like silver daggers. By day, she wore a stained apron and collected meager tips from truckers and night shift workers. By night, she transformed. Borrowed dresses and stolen high heels became her armor as she slipped into the galas of the elite, a chameleon in a world of diamonds and disdain. Medellin had forged her hard. A poor barrio. A single mother who scrubbed floors until her hands bled. Bullets whistling through tin-roofed shacks. Poverty that clawed at your throat. But Valeria had escaped with two weapons, a fierce beauty that turned heads in any room and a mind sharp as a chess master's blade. She was 28, with emerald green eyes that promised both danger and devotion, full lips painted red as fresh blood, and curves that made men forget their vows. Ambition burned in her like a fever. She did not just want to survive New York. She wanted to own it. That crisp autumn night, the air smelled of rain and money. The annual gala at the Metropolitan Club pulsed with power. Marble floors gleamed under crystal chandeliers that dripped light like liquid gold. Women in couture gowns shimmered past walls lined with oil paintings of old money dynasties. Diamonds flashed on throats and wrists, jewels worth more than entire neighborhoods back home. Laughter tinkled like champagne flutes. Waiters in crisp tuxedos glided through the crowd, balancing trays of caviar and foie gras. This was the inner sanctum of Manhattan's 1%, where deals were sealed with handshakes and marriages arranged like corporate mergers. Valeria had not been invited. She never was. But she had a system. A friend's uniform borrowed from a catering service. A fake name tag, Maria. A smile that disarmed security guards. She moved among them like smoke, serving champagne with calculated grace, ears tuned to conversations about private jets and summer estates in the Hamptons. Every glass she offered was a step closer to her real goal, infiltration. Then she saw him. Alejandro de la Vega stood apart from the crowd, a dark prince in a sea of peacocks. 32 years old, heir to Vega International, the hotel empire that owned properties from the Ritz in Paris to beachfront palaces in Dubai. His cheekbones were sculpted like marble statues, his jawline sharp enough to cut glass. He wore a bespoke black tuxedo that hugged his broad shoulders, tailored to perfection on Seville Row. A Patek Philippe watch gleamed on his wrist, subtle but worth $1 million. His black hair was swept back just so, and his eyes, a stormy gray, betrayed a boredom that no amount of wealth could cure. He sipped scotch, surrounded by fawning socialites, but his gaze wandered. Empty, restless, hungry for something real. Their eyes locked across the room. Valeria felt it like a jolt of electricity. She approached his cluster, tray steady, heart racing beneath her starched white shirt. She offered him a flute of Dom Perignon. Their fingers brushed as he took it. Skin on skin. A spark that lingered too long. "You are new," he said, his voice deep and smooth as aged rum. A faint Spanish accent lingered, a whisper of old-world aristocracy. "Only tonight," she whispered back, her green eyes locking onto his with unblinking intensity. "Opportunities do not wait." He paused, flute halfway to his lips. The socialites around him faded into irrelevance. "What is your name?" "Valeria," she said, the lie slipping easy. "No last name." "Not yet." "Alejandro de la Vega." He extended a hand, ignoring protocol. She took it, her calloused waitress palm against his manicured one. The contrast thrilled her. Power. Potential. They talked. Or rather, he talked, and she listened like a priest in confession. He complained about board meetings, the pressure of legacy, the women who saw him as a prize, not a man. She nodded, laughed at the right moments, dropped hints of her fabricated life. I study design at Parsons. Dreams bigger than this city. Lies woven with just enough truth to hook him. Medellin stories polished into glamour. Her laugh was music, low and throaty, pulling him closer. The crowd thinned as they drifted to a balcony overlooking Central Park. Autumn wind whipped her dark hair. City lights twinkled below like fallen stars. He lit a cigarette, offered her one. She declined with a coy smile. "You are different," he said, exhaling smoke that curled into the night. No fake laughter. No questions about my hotels. "What do you really want, Valeria?" She leaned against the stone railing, the city at her feet. "Everything." He laughed, genuine this time. Dawn crept over the skyline as the gala emptied. Partygoers stumbled into limos. Alejandro pulled a card from his wallet, embossed gold. "Alejandro de la Vega. Private number. Call me." She slipped it into her apron pocket like a winning lottery ticket. Back in her queen's walk-up, dawn breaking through cracked blinds, Valeria stared at the card. Her studio apartment was a shrine to survival. Second-hand couch, hot plate for arepas, posters of Medellin sunsets taped to peeling walls. She showered off the scent of champagne and sweat, counting the night's tips, $87. Enough for rent, barely. But now? Now she had a door cracked open to the world she craved. Monday morning slammed her back to reality. La Perla Paisa opened at 6. She scrubbed grease from griddles, feet aching in worn sneakers, while old Colombian men nursed coffee and read newspapers. "Mija, you look tired," said Rosa, the owner, a stout woman from Cali. "Too many nights out?" "Something like that," Valeria replied, forcing a smile. But her mind raced. Alejandro. His touch. His world. That night, she called. He answered on the second ring. Dinner at Le Bernardin, Michelin-starred temple of seafood. "Wear something black," he said. She pawned a necklace from her mother for a slinky black dress from a consignment shop. Heels borrowed from a co-worker. Makeup tutorials on YouTube. By 7, she was unrecognizable, lips blood red, eyes smoky, hair cascading in waves. Le Bernardin was a cathedral of excess. Crystal glasses. White tablecloths. Waiters who anticipated your every need. Alejandro waited in a corner booth, looking like he owned the place. Because he kind of did, his family had shares. "You clean up well," he said, eyes devouring her. They dined on lobster and caviar. He poured vintage Bordeaux like it was water. She pretended to know the vintages, swirling her glass with feigned expertise. Conversation flowed, his Harvard days, her design projects, the isolation of wealth. By dessert, his hand covered hers. "Come to the Hamptons this weekend," he said. "My yacht." Her heart pounded. "I work." "Quit." "Not yet." She needed the cover, the normalcy, the fight. Saturday, she called in sick. Lied to Rosa. Boarded his yacht at dawn, hair whipping in the sea breeze. The vessel was obscene, teak decks, infinity pool, crew in uniforms. Alejandro in swim trunks, bronzed and sculpted. They sailed past mansions owned by billionaires. Champagne chilled in silver buckets. She lay on a chaise, bikini barely containing her, watching him command the helm. That night, anchored offshore, stars blanketing the sky, he kissed her. Salt on his lips. Hands exploring. "You are fire," he murmured, "in this frozen world." She arched into him, victory sweet. But as waves rocked the boat, she thought of Medellin, the barrio where dreams died young. This was no fairy tale. This was conquest. Back in Manhattan, the double life intensified. Weekdays, grease and exhaustion. Weekends, glamour and whispers. Alejandro introduced her to his circle. Lawyers with cufflinks worth cars. Designers who dressed celebrities. Socialites with trust funds thicker than novels. She charmed them all. Paisa anecdotes turned exotic. Back home, we danced cumbia under the stars. They ate it up. But shadows gathered. Isabella Montalvo watched from afar. Blonde, Yale pedigree, owner of her own fleet of yachts. Arranged fiancé, a match of dynasties. She cornered Valeria at a rooftop party, marble bathrooms echoing. You think you will last? Isabella hissed, blue eyes ice. You are a waitress. I am his world. Valeria bared teeth in a smile. Your world is boring. Mine burns. Isabella laughed, cold. Enjoy the fantasy. Valeria did not flinch. She cooked bandeja paisa for Alejandro's widowed mother, tears on cue as she spun tales of hardship. Won over his banker father with flattery and feigned vulnerability. Alejandro rebelled against his gilded cage. Valeria is real, he declared at family dinner. You are all plastic. The climb accelerated. Vanity Fair cover, the new Latina muse. Esmeralda necklace, worth her childhood home. Paparazzi flashes. But dawn always came. Fragando Platos at 4 a.m., feet blistered, dreaming of penthouses. One morning, post-shift collapse in Queens. Alejandro showed unannounced. Sniffed the diner grease in her hair. Why work? To remember where I came from, she lied smooth. I will not be fragile like your exes. He bought it. For now. The net tightened. Isabella struck. Anonymous press photos. Vega heir with mystery waitress. Scandal sheets buzzed. Alejandro's mother summoned her to the family mansion on Park Avenue. Leave. You will not taint our blood. Valeria played her ace. Dinner that night. Faked faint into Alejandro's arms. Test stick, positive line drawn in marker. Pregnant. Chaos. Joy. Alejandro broke off with Isabella. Vogue wedding announcement. The social world exploded. Could the plebeian conquer the prince? But cracks formed. A late-night customer recognized her, the millionaire's bride scrubbing floors. Instagram ignited. Alejandro confronted in the penthouse, rain lashing windows. Lies? The pregnancy. Valeria dropped to knees, raw. I wanted to earn your world. Not gifted. In Medellin, you fight or die. He wavered, wounded but enchanted. War raged on. Love of silver and shadows. Chapter 2, Double Life, Double Fire. The alarm clock buzzed at 4:45 a.m., a harsh digital scream that yanked Valeria from dreams of marble ballrooms and champagne waterfalls. Her Queen's studio apartment was a tomb of shadows, the single window framed by threadbare curtains that did little to block the neon glow of a 24-hour bodega sign across the street. She rolled off the futon mattress, her body protesting with aches from last night's shift at La Perla Paisa. Feet blistered inside mismatched socks. Hands raw from industrial bleach. The air smelled of stale arepas and unwashed ambition. She stumbled to the mirror above a chipped sink, studying the woman staring back. Emerald eyes bloodshot but fierce. Full lips cracked from dehydration. Dark hair tangled like Medellin vines after a storm. This was the real Valeria. The waitress who scrubbed grease traps until her fingers pruned. the survivor who pawned her mother's gold earrings for a knockoff dress to wear on Alejandro's yacht. But tonight? Tonight she would be the phoenix, the siren who made billionaires forget their boardrooms. By 5:30 a.m., she was on the subway, packed shoulder to shoulder with janitors, nurses, and dreamers like her. The J train rattled toward Manhattan, its fluorescent lights flickering like a dying star. She clutched her diner uniform in a plastic bag, mentally rehearsing her transformation. Monday through Friday meant survival, grease and exhaustion. Tips counted under flickering kitchen fluorescents. Rosa, the owner, barking orders in rapid-fire Cali Spanish. Mija, faster with those plates. We got a line. But weekends? Weekends belong to Conquest. La Perla Paisa opened its grease-stained doors at 6 sharp. The diner was a time capsule of Latino nostalgia. Red vinyl booths cracked from decades of use. A jukebox stuck on rancheras. Walls yellowed with cigarette smoke ghosts from pre-band days. The breakfast rush hit like a tidal wave, construction workers devouring huevos rancheros, taxi drivers nursing black coffee, old Colombianos arguing politics over empanadas. Valeria moved like a machine, plating more silla, refilling waters, smiling through gritted teeth as a drunk grabbed her wrist for a tip. Keep the change, Bonita, slurred a regular, sliding a crumpled 20. She pocketed it without thanks, her mind already drifting to the Hamptons. Alejandro's text from last night burned in her pocket. Yacht awaits. Pack light. Black bikini. Her heart raced. One weekend with him could buy months of rent. One smile could open doors to designers, agents, the glittering circle that made New York hum. By 2 p.m., her shift ended. Rosa tossed her an envelope, $187 for the week. You late tomorrow, you out. Valeria nodded, already gone in spirit. Back in Queens, the ritual began. A scalding shower to wash away the fry oil. Moisturizer stolen from Sephora samples. Makeup applied with surgical precision, winged liner sharp as her ambition, lips blood red like Medellin sunsets. The black dress from the consignment shop clung like a second skin, its slit revealing thigh just enough to tease. Heels borrowed from neighbor Maria, who worked nights at a club. A spritz of perfume lifted from a magazine ad. The train to the Hamptons was a different beast. Air-conditioned luxury. Commuters in chinos and loafers, scrolling Bloomberg apps. Valeria blended, her dress hidden under a trench coat, pretending to text. Her phone buzzed. Alejandro, helipad ready. Heli leaves in 20. Helicopter. Of course. She swallowed the thrill, nerves stealing. This was chess, not roulette. The yacht was a floating palace docked in Sag Harbor, obscene in its excess. 90 feet of gleaming white fiberglass, teak decks polished to a mirror shine. Crew in monogrammed polos awaited her, champagne flutes chilled to perfection. Alejandro stood at the helm in swim trunks that hugged his sculpted hips, bronze skin glowing under the sun, aviators hiding eyes that devoured her. You made it, he said, pulling her into a kiss that tasted of salt and power. His hands roamed, possessive. They sailed into the Atlantic, wind whipping her hair as the crew unfurled sails. Infinity pool bubbling. Caviar served on mother-of-pearl spoons. Alejandro steered with casual command, muscles flexing as he pointed out mansions owned by hedge fund titans. That one's Soros. Next, Murdoch. Valeria laughed, playing the ingenue, but catalogued every name. Connections. Capital. That night, anchored in international waters, stars blanketed the sky like scattered diamonds. Dinner on deck, lobster thermidor, vintage Krug. Alejandro poured, his gaze intense. Tell me about Medellin. The real stories. She wove truth with silk lies. The barrio shootouts that taught her to run. The mother who sewed dresses by candlelight. The scholarship she lost to violence. He leaned in, mesmerized. "You are fire in this frozen jungle," he murmured, kissing her under the moon. Hands exploring curves honed by diner shifts and desperation. Waves rocked the boat as they tangled on silk sheets below deck. Victory tasted like champagne and sweat. Sunday brunch was mimosas and power talk. "My world bores you?" he asked, tracing her spine. "Thrills me," she lied. "But I fight for it." Back in Manhattan Monday, the crash hit. 5 a.m. diner shift. Grease splattered her apron as she flipped arepas. Feet throbbing in Crocs. A customer complained, "Too much salt." Rosa docked her pay. By noon, exhaustion clawed. But Alejandro called, "Tonight. Lou Bernardine. Wear the red." The double life accelerated. Weekdays blurred into grease traps and sore arches. Weekends, metamorphosis. He took her to galas at MoMA, where Basquiat's hung like trophies. Dinners at Per Se, swirling Bordeaux she pretended to savor. "What year?" he'd ask. 98, she'd guess, smiling through bluff. Alejandro's circle closed around her like a velvet noose. Lunch at Sant Ambrias with lawyers whose cufflinks cost cars. Cocktails at the Polo Bar with designers who dressed Beyoncé. Socialites with trust funds thicker than Tolstoy, eyeing her like an exotic pet. Valeria charmed like a viper. Paisa stories polished to gems. In Medellin, we danced cumbia barefoot under moonlight. Here, heels and hypocrisy. They laughed, ate it up. Invites poured in. Her Instagram bloomed, yacht selfies, skyline kisses. 10,000 followers overnight. But shadows lengthened. Isabella Montalvo lurked at every event, blonde perfection in Chanel, Yale diploma tattooed on her aura. Arranged fiancé since debutante balls. Yachts in her name. A dynasty match sealed in boardrooms. She watched Valeria like prey. The confrontation came at a rooftop gala atop the plaza. Empire State pulsing red below. Isabella cornered her in the marble bathroom, mirrors multiplying their war. "Think you'll last?" she hissed, blue eyes glaciers. Perfume cloying as venom. "You're a waitress. I am his world." Valeria bared teeth in a predator's smile. "Your world is boring. Mine burns." Isabella laughed, diamond earrings flashing. "Enjoy the fantasy. It ends." Valeria did not flinch. Counter-Strike brewed. That night, she cooked bandeja paisa in Alejandro's penthouse kitchen, plantain sizzling, chicharron crisp. His widowed mother, Dona Elena, arrived skeptical, pearls clutched. Valeria served with tears on cue. "My mama made this before the bullets took her." Fabricated penurias, delivered with Oscar-worthy sobs. Dona Elena softened. "Like my own daughter." Next, the banker father. Dinner at his club. Valeria flirted with vulnerability. "Si, senor, I scrub floors by day. But dreams do not pay rent." He chuckled, impressed. "Grit. Rare in our set." Alejandro rebelled fully. Family dinner at the Park Avenue mansion. Crystal chandelier dripping light. "Valeria is real," he declared, fist on mahogany. "You are all plastic." Tensions simmered. Vanity Fair called the new Latina muse. Photo shoot in Soho lofts, Esmeralda necklace worth her childhood barrio. Paparazzi flashes outside Lou Bernardine. But dawn betrayed. 4 a.m. diner shift post-gala. A customer recognized her, Hey, ain't you the Vega girl? Rosa overheard. Mija, what is this? Nothing, Valeria snapped, scrubbing harder. One dawn, post-shift collapse in Queens. Body leaden. Alejandro's Bentley purred outside unannounced. He entered, sniffed Dinah grease in her hair. Penthouse suite waited, but reality intruded. Why work? He demanded, hurt etching his perfect face. To remember roots, she lied smooth as silk. I will not be fragile like your exes. He bought it. For now. But Isabella's war brewed. Anonymous press drops, Vega heir slums with mystery waitress. Tabloids feasted. Dona Elena summoned her to tea. Leave. Do not taint our blood. Valeria smiled inwardly. Ace time. That dinner, she faked a faint into Alejandro's arms. Bathroom test stick, positive line drawn sharper fine. Pregnant. Chaos erupted. Alejandro, wild-eyed joy, broke Isabella's engagement. Vogue exclusive, wedding announcement. Social media exploded. Could the waitress conquer the prince? Cracks spiderwebbed. Late shift, customer snapped pic, millionaire bride scrubbing floors. Instagram wildfire. Alejandro confronted in penthouse, rain lashing glass like accusations. Lies? The baby. Valeria dropped to knees, raw truth half spilled. I wanted to earn your world. In Medellin, fight or die. He wavered, enchanted despite wounds. War raged. Love of silver and shadows. Chapter 3, The Social Web Titans. The Vanity Fair cover hit newsstands like a thunderclap, Valeria's face staring out from glossy racks in every Duane Reade from Times Square to Tribeca. The new Latina muse, from Medellin streets to Manhattan nights. The photographer had caught her mid-laugh in a Soho loft, emerald eyes smoldering under strobe lights, that Esmeralda necklace, a gift from Alejandro worth more than her entire childhood home, cascading down her cleavage like a waterfall of forbidden wealth. The article gushed, quotes from designers calling her the next big face, paparazzi shots of yacht kisses, whispers of a mystery engagement. Her Instagram exploded to 50,000 followers overnight. Comments poured in, Queen. Slay Paisa. Who is she really? But Dawn cared nothing for magazine ink. At 4:17 a.m., Valeria dragged her body up the creaking stairs to her Queen's walk-up, feet screaming from Louboutins worn to a rooftop gala at the Standard. The night's triumph, Alejandro's hand possessive on her waist as they posed for page 6, soured into bone-deep exhaustion. She collapsed onto the futon without undressing, the Esmeralda necklace tangled in her hair like a noose. Sleep claimed her for 3 hours before the diner alarm wailed. La Perla Paisa was a battlefield that morning. Rosa banged pots, her face thunderous. Mija, you late again. And this. She slapped a tabloid on the counter. Vega heir's mystery flame waitress or gold digger? Valeria's gala photo next to a blurry shot of her in diner apron. Customers talking. Business bad. Just ignore it, Valeria muttered, tying on her apron. But the breakfast crowd buzzed. A trucker pointed, that's her. Millionaire's girl scrubbing grease. Phones clicked. She kept her head down, hands flying through orders, huevos rancheros, chorizo platters, endless coffee refills. By noon, her phone vibrated non-stop. Alejandro, cover looks incredible. Dinner at Per Se tonight. Isabella's anonymous account, enjoy it while it lasts, Puta. The ascent accelerated into a dizzying blur. Mornings, grease traps and blistered arches. Afternoons, fittings at Bergdorf Goodman, where stylists cooed over her exotic bone structure. Evenings, events with A-listers. A Met Gala after-party where she danced salsa with a Latin Grammy winner. Private jet to Miami for Art Basel, Alejandro's arm around her as they bid on yachts. The Esmeralda necklace became her signature, drawing gasps at every velvet rope. Alejandro's world swallowed her whole. Breakfast at Sant Ambrius with his Harvard crew lawyers who billed $2,000 an hour, their cufflinks monogrammed with family crests. Valeria, darling, tell us about Medellin nightlife, purred a socialite in Kashmir, sipping oat milk latte. Valeria spun gold from barrio straw, cumbia under blood moons, reggaeton that shakes your soul. Nothing like your cocktail hours. Laughter rippled. Invites snowballed. But the double life gnawed. One dawn post-Miami, she stumbled into La Perla Paisa at 5:45 a.m., mascara streaked, Versace clutch stuffed with diner tips. Rosa cornered her, "This ends, Mija. Choose, diner or prince." Valeria forced a laugh. "Both. Watch." That fateful morning, body broken from jet lag, she crawled into her queen's hole-in-the-wall after a 2 a.m. diner close. No makeup. Hair in greasy ponytail. Passed out on the futon, dead to the world. At 10:47 a.m., pounding at the door. Alejandro, unannounced, keycard from last week's spare in hand. He let himself in, Bentley idling outside. The penthouse suite waited downtown, but curiosity, or suspicion, drove him here. He found her sprawled amid takeout containers and unpaid bills. Sniffed the air, fryer oil, bleach, desperation. Her hair reeked of diner grease. The Esmeralda necklace lay on the nightstand next to a half-eaten arepa. Valeria. Shock etched his perfect features. She bolted awake, heart hammering. "Alejandro, what are you doing here?" Scrambled for a robe, but too late. Reality exposed, stained sheets, eviction notice pinned to the fridge, knockoff heels by the door. "Why work?" he demanded, voice cracking with hurt. Gray eyes searched hers, wounded animal behind the billionaire mask. "I can give you everything. Penthouse. Cars. Why this hole?" She straightened, chin high despite the grease-stained tank top. "To remember where I came from." The lie flowed smooth as vintage Bordeaux. "Your exes? Fragile dolls who crumble without daddy's plastic. Me? I fight. Medellin taught me, roots deep or you blow away." He paced the tiny room, priceless loafers scuffing linoleum. Conflict warred on his face, desire, doubt, possession. "You are fire, but this." Gestured at the squalor. Dangerous game. She stepped close, hands on his chest, feeling heartbeat thunder. The fire that burns you alive. Kissed him fierce, tasting his hesitation melt. He pulled back, eyes dark. "Dinner tonight. We talk real." But Isabella Montalvo smelled blood. The attack came surgical. That afternoon, anonymous leaks hit TMZ, page 6, every gossip rag from New York Post to Ola. Vega heir with Antillean waitress. Blurry paparazzi shots, Valeria in diner apron serving eggs, juxtaposed with gala glamour. Headlines screamed, slumming it. Gold digger alert? Her phone imploded, reporters, trolls, jealous DMs. Instagram comments turned toxic, fake. Using him. Go back to the barrio. Dona Elena de la Vega summoned her at 6 p.m. sharp. The family mansion on Park Avenue was a fortress of old money, Georgian facade, crystal chandeliers from Seville, oil portraits of Spanish grandees glaring down. Tea served in Meissen porcelain. Dona Elena, pearls clutched like rosary beads, lips thin as guillotines. Sit, she iced. This circus ends. Alejandro's future is not your lottery ticket. Valeria sipped, steady. With respect, Dona Elena, love is not arranged like hotel mergers. Pearls clicked. Love? You are ambition in heels. Our bloodline traces to conquistadors. Yours? Diner grease. Voice dropped venom. Leave. Or I make you. Valeria met her gaze. Emerald fire versus patrician ice. Try. Dinner that night was war council. Alejandro's private dining room at the Polo Bar, wood-paneled sanctum where deals birthed empires. He waited, scotch in hand, face stormy. Mother called. What did she say? Truth, Valeria replied, sliding into the banquette. Red dress clinging like sin. I fight for us. He gripped her hand. Then fight smart. No more secrets. But Valeria's chess mind spun 3 moves ahead. Ace time. Midway through Wagyu, she paled dramatically. Hand to mouth. Oh God. Lurched from table, napkin falling. Alejandro caught her as she fainted into his arms. Oscar-worthy gasp. Valeria. Medic. Bathroom stall. Minutes later. Test stick from her clutch. Positive line drawn sharpifying that morning. She emerged pale, trembling. Alejandro. I'm pregnant. The world tilted. His face, shock, then wild joy, crushed her close. Our baby. Called his assistant, cancel Tokyo trip. Called publicist, Vogue exclusive now. By dessert, the announcement drafted, Alejandro de la Vega and mystery bride-to-be expect first child. Wedding this summer. Chaos erupted citywide. Vogue leaked first, plebeian conquers prince, waitress weds hotel heir. Social media detonated. Hashtag Valeria Vega trended worldwide. Latinos cheered, Paisa power. Haters raged, gold digger wins. Paparazzi swarmed La Perla Paisa, Rosa locked doors, furious. Isabella's retaliation struck midnight. Her private jet touched Aspen, but not before texts to allies, she's lying. Fake everything. Leaks hinted at investigations. But damage done, Alejandro broke formal engagement dinner with her family. Public humiliation. Isabella's yacht suddenly unavailable for charters. Valeria's star rocketed. CNN en Español interview booked. My assent, honest. Maquillage truth. Vanity Fair follow-up. From plates to palace. Esmeraldas multiplied. Full parure now. Matching earrings dripping fire. Fittings for Vera Wong wedding gown. Baby shower invites from socialites who yesterday sneered. But the double life cracked audibly. That next diner shift, 4 a.m. post-Vogue leak, a customer, some Wall Street bro slumming brunch, snapped her pic mid-plating, millionaire bride scrubbing floors LOL. Instagram wildfire, 2 million views by noon. Caption, Vega's queen or diner drone. Rosa exploded, out. Now. Valeria walked, tears hot, clutching final paycheck. No more cover. Pure exposure. Alejandro found out via alert. Confronted her that evening in his Fifth Avenue penthouse, rain lashing floor-to-ceiling windows like divine judgment. Skyline blurred to tears. Lies? The pregnancy. Voice broke, gray eyes shattered glass. Test stick on marble counter, sharper line obvious under scrutiny. Valeria dropped to knees on Persian rug, raw vulnerability weaponized. Rain hammered like accusations. I wanted to earn your world. Not gifted like your fragile exes. In Medellin, you fight or die. Barrio bullets. Mama's grave. I clawed here alone. He towered, torn. Wounded prince versus enchanted lover. Pulled her up, kiss bruising. Dangerous fire. But doubt lingered. Isabella escalated, leaked videos. Valeria crashing past galas in borrowed gowns, security cams catching her slip-ins. Intruder, headlines screamed. War declared. Valeria counterattacked. CNN interview dropped, raw scent tale, polished lies, tears for roots. Latin USA audience conquered, 10 million views. Our queen, trended TikTok. The web tightened to strangling. Wedding date set, Cartagena, June. Vera Wong fittings. But nightly, alone in the penthouse, Alejandro in crisis meetings, Valeria stared at diner photos on her phone. Roots calling. Empire trembling. Chapter 4. Cracks in the Palace. The Instagram post hit like a grenade at 7:42 a.m. Eastern Time. Time-stamped from a bleary-eyed Wall Street bro nursing hangover eggs at La Perla Paisa. The photo captured Valeria mid-motion, bent over a grease-slicked counter, hair in a messy ponytail, stained apron clinging to her curves, scrubbing a frying pan while her face, that now iconic Vanity Fair cover face, registered exhaustion mixed with defiance. Caption: Vega's queen or diner drone. Millionaire bride caught slumming it LOL hashtag golddigger exposed hashtag NYC scandal. By 8:15 a.m., 500k views. By 9 a.m., 2 million. Reposts from TMZ, page 6, Dumois. Hashtag Valeria Vega trended above Taylor Swift's latest album drop. Comments exploded, fake poor girl act. Paisa power. Alejandro deserves better. Valeria saw it first on her cracked iPhone screen during her final shift. Rosa had fired her 20 minutes earlier, hurling the last paycheck like a gauntlet. Choose your prince or your plates, Mija. Not both. The diner door slammed behind her, bell jingling mockingly as she stumbled into Queen's morning traffic. Versace clutch, Alejandro's gift, stuffed with $237 in tips and a half-eaten empanada. No job. No cover. Exposed. Her empire of lies teetered on a viral knife edge. The Bentley waited outside her walk-up, Alejandro's driver Ramon tipping his cap. Mr. Vega requests your presence, miss. Penthouse. Now. Valeria slid into leather seats that smelled of money and regret, watching Queens blur past as the car arrowed toward Manhattan. Her phone buzzed non-stop, Rosa's final text, don't come back, publicist pitches, lean into the rags to riches. Isabella's burner account, TikTok puta. She deleted them all, stealing for war. The Fifth Avenue penthouse was a glass cathedral 80 stories above the chaos, floor-to-ceiling windows framing a skyline weeping rain. Alejandro paced the marble foyer like a caged panther when the private elevator dinged. His bespoke suit hung rumpled, tie yanked loose, gray eyes bloodshot from all-night crisis calls. The Esmeralda necklace lay dissected on a quartz counter beside the infamous test stick Sharpa positive line glaring under forensic scrutiny. Rain lashed the glass like accusations from the gods. Valeria. His voice cracked, not with anger but something worse, betrayal carved deep. Lies. The pregnancy. The diner. How long? She crossed the room slow, heels clicking execution style, red dress from last night's per se clinging like armor. No apologies prepped. Just truth weaponized. Dropped to her knees on the priceless Persian rug, hands clutching his thighs, emerald eyes upturned raw. Rain hammered crescendo. I wanted to earn your world. Not gifted like your fragile exes who crumble without daddy's Amex. In Medellin, bullets fly through tin roofs. Mama buried young from fever and factory shifts. Barrio taught me, Fight or die. Faking that test? Desperation. But this touched her heart. Real fire for you. He towered, fists clenched, storm-gray eyes searching hers. Wounded prince versus enchanted lover. The penthouse hummed silent except rain's roar. Minutes stretched eternal. Then hands cupped her face, thumbs tracing cheekbones. Kiss came bruising, desperate, tasting salt and scotch. Dangerous fire, he growled against her lips. Burns us both. Pulled her up, bodies crashing glass table. Passion war over reason. For now. But Isabella Montalvo waged total war. By noon, leaked security footage dropped across Gossip Empire, grainy cams from past galas showing Valeria slip-ins 3 months prior. Fake name tags ripped off, security near escorts, borrowed gowns hastily shed in coat checks. TMZ headline, Vega intruder. Waitress crashed elite parties before hooking heir. Daily Mail, gold diggers con exposed. Her Instagram follower count dipped 50k to 42k in hours. Hate DMs flooded, escort. Using him. Latina split, half queens, half traitors. Alejandro's phone rang non-stop. Board members. Publicist. Dona Elena, end it now. He silenced them, arm locked around Valeria's waist as they faced the storm together. Joint statement drafted, Valeria and I met authentically. Her strength inspires me. Wedding on. But cracks spiderwebbed deeper. Valeria counterattacked surgical. That afternoon, CNN en Español studio in Chelsea. No script. Just raw ascent tale. Polished lies delivered tear-streaked. Yes, I scrubbed plates by dawn, galas by dusk. Medellin forged me unbreakable. Alejandro loves the fighter, not the facade. Host Maria Celeste probed, the test. Valeria leaned in, emerald fire, mistake of fear. But our love? Truth. Clip went supernova, 10M views by dinner. TikTok remixes, Paisa Queen rises. Hashtag Valeria Verdad trended global. Latin USA claimed her, Miami abuelas, LA influencers, NYC pays us. She's us. Public reclaimed, private imploded. Vera Wong fitting that evening, ivory silk cascading 10 feet train, crystal beading worth small nations. Stylist cooed, but mirror showed cracks, eyes hollow from no sleep, hands trembling on lace. Baby shower invites poured from yesterday's sneering socialites. Darling, lavender or blue? Isabella's yachts vanished from charters overnight. Her Hamptons shares tanked 15% on rumor. But Alejandro withdrew. Boardroom crises multiplied. Vega International stock dipped 3% on air distraction. Late nights hold in study, calls to Tokyo, Dubai. Valeria paced empty penthouse, Rain her only companion. Nightly ritual, scrolling diner photos on phone. Rosa's number deleted but haunting. Queen's walk-up sublet? Eviction notice crumpled in drawer. Roots cold like ghosts. Isabella's endgame struck week 2. Private investigator report leaked to Wall Street Journal. Vega heir's bride, fabricated past, multiple identities. Medellin barrio exaggerated, true bullets downplayed. Parsons enrollment debunked, pure lie. Party crash logs detailed. Alejandro read it at 3 a.m., face ashen. Confrontation dawned over croissants at Sant Ambrias. Sit, he said, voice dead. Truth. All. Valeria exhaled slow, chess endgame. No more half-lies. Medellin, real hell. Mama died sewing H&M labels for pennies. I smuggled arepas across checkpoints at 16 to eat. Arrived NYC with $47. Slept in Port Authority first night. Parsons? Dream I sold to hook you. Parties? Infiltrated because your world locks out fighters like me. Test? Panic play when Isabella cornered. But you. Hand over heart. First man who saw fire, not skirt. Silence thick. His fork paused mid-air. Gray eyes flickered. Disgust? Desire? Why not trust me? Your cage bored you. My chains freed us both. He stood abrupt, chair scraping. Need time. Walked into rain-slicked Manhattan, Bentley waiting. Valeria alone with croissant crumbs and cracking empire. Socialites circled like vultures. Lunch invite from Isabella's bestie, blonde clone named Chloe. Darling tea? Reality check. Valeria accepted. Bergdorf tea room, overlooking Oculus. Chloe sipped Earl Grey, smile serpent. He's slipping. Bored whispers takeover. Isabella waits, yacht's ready. Step aside, paisa. Take the jewelry. Fair. Valeria laughed low, emeralds flashing. Tell Isabella, thrones aren't gifted. Conquered. War escalated. Paparazzi swarmed fittings. Haters camped penthouse lobby. Dona Elena's final play, family jet to Seville, cooling off. Alejandro boarded alone. Text to Valeria, space. Love you. Fix this. Solitude hit hardest. Penthouse echoed empty. Valeria wandered marble halls, tracing Basquiat walls, infinity pool rippling and used. First time truly alone since the yacht. Ghosts rose, Medellin mama's voice, fight Mija, Rose's curse, Isabella's hiss. She cooked bandeja paisa in $100,000 kitchen, plantains perfect, chicharron crisp, ate alone at 20-person table. Tears salted rice. Rebuild began dawn 2. Publicist pitched brand, Valeria Coffee, from Medellin plantations to Manhattan cups. Ethical beans sourced direct, Paisa women farmers empowered. Meetings stacked, investors, packagers, NYC pop-up spots. First tasting room deal, Soho Loft, opening July. Alejandro's absence fueled fire. This empire? Mine. Isabella struck final. Leaked audio, Valeria at past party, whispering to friend, he's my ticket up. Doctored? Real? Didn't matter. Fox News picked up, Vega scandal audio gold digger confesses. Stock plunged 7%. Alejandro called from Spain, coming home. We end this. Reunion night, penthouse storm raged, thunder shaking glass. He entered soaked, suit clinging, eyes resolved. Choose, he said. My world clean, or your games end us. Valeria met him halfway, rain pooling at feet. No knees this time. Equals. Clean world with my fire. Coffee empire together. No more fakes. Kiss sealed it. Passion reborn roar. But dawn brought reality. Board vote tomorrow. Isabella's father on board. Takeover bid. Wedding date accelerated. Cartagena, 3 weeks. Vera Wong rushed. Baby news walked back privately. Stress miscarriage. Publicist spun. Cracks remained. Nightly, Valeria dreamed Dinah Grease. Medellin bullets. Empire hers, but roots bled. Palace beautiful, but floors cold. Fire burned brighter, but shadows lengthened. Isabella watched from Hampton's exile, plotting. War not over, just paused. Love of silver and shadows. Chapter 5, Crown of Sweet Thorns, Finale. The storm over Cartagena was biblical, a tropical fury that lashed the Caribbean paradise like divine retribution for mortal sins. Palm trees bent double, waves crashed against the cliffs below the cliffside hacienda where the de la Vega wedding would unfold in precisely 3 hours. Inside the master suite, Valeria stood before a full-length mirror framed in gilded Baroque scrolls, the Vera Wang gown cascading around her like liquid ivory moonbeams. 10 feet of crystal-beaded train pooled on the Carrara marble floor, each bead hand-sewn in Paris ateliers that charged more per hour than her Medellin mother earned in a year. The bodice hugged her curves with corseted precision, pushing her olive cleavage skyward, emeralds at her throat, now a complete parure of necklace, earrings, and bracelet, catching the candlelight like captured fireflies. She was 30 now, by the mirror's honest count. No longer the grease-stained waitress who slipped into galas like a thief in the night. The woman staring back breathed power, cheekbones sculpted by struggle, emerald eyes that had stared down dynasties, full lips curved in a smile that promised both devotion and dominion. But the mirror lied too. Beneath the lace, her left hand trembled faintly. No diner grease under her nails, but ghosts lingered, Rose's final curse. Queen's eviction notice crumpled in a drawer back in New York, the sharp-a-faked test stick that nearly torched her empire. Ambition had dressed her in silk, but roots still bled. Downstairs, the hacienda buzzed like a war camp. 300 guests, Wall Street titans who controlled pension funds for millions, Latin American presidents emeritus sipping age-drawn, Hollywood A-listers who flew private for the exotic vibe. White-gloved staff darted with trays of ceviche and champagne sabered from magnums. Paparazzi drones hummed offshore, held back by private security, ex-Colombian special forces, their tattoos peeking from starched collars. Dona Elena de la Vega swept through in black lace mantilla, pearls gleaming like armor, lips pursed at the circus her son had wrought. Isabella Montalvo's absence loomed largest, exiled to European spas, her takeover bid crushed when Alejandro sold her family's Hamptons shares at fire sale prices. Valeria's phone vibrated on the vanity. Alejandro, from the groom's wing. "Ready, mi fuego? World waits." She typed back, burning brighter. But doubt flickered. Last night's boardroom call from Spain had been raw. Vega International stock stabilized at plus 2%, but whispers of distraction lingered. Her coffee brand, Valeria Beans, had secured Soho pop-up and $2 million seed funding from Paisar investors in Miami. Ethical sourcing from Medellin women farmers. First roast tomorrow. Empire hers. But marriage? That was the final chess move, queen to king. The ceremony unfolded on a cliffside terrace as the storm broke, rain a silver curtain beyond force field tents. Alejandro waited at the altar, black tuxedo cut sharper than any blade, gray eyes locked on her approach. No best man, his brother dead young from overdose, a family scar. Dona Elena blamed on weak blood. Guests hushed as Valeria glided down the aisle on her cousin Luis's arm, flown business class from Medellin, first time on a plane. Cumbia guitarists strummed soft, blending with thunder. Alejandro's hand took hers, warm and steady. "You came," he whispered. "Always fight for thrones worth winning," she replied, emerald fire meeting storm gray. Vows exchanged in Spanish, officiant a cardinal from Bogota who blessed their union with incense heavy as fate. Ring slid on, his platinum band etched with their initials, hers a 12-carat emerald-cut diamond flanked by pair emeralds, $8.2 million, insured against social climbers. Kiss sealed it, hungry, possessive, cameras flashing like lightning. Guests erupted, salute. Champagne towers cascaded. Dona Elena forced a smile for photos. Somewhere, Isabella watched livestream, wineglass shattering in Hampton's solitude. Reception was hedonism incarnate. Long tables groaned under lobster towers, gold-dusted arepas, Wagyu-carved tableside. DJ spun reggaeton into house as guests danced barefoot on white sand trucked in for the occasion. Alejandro pulled her to the infinity pool edge, city of Cartagena twinkling 500 feet below. "Mi almas por me, not the gold?" he murmured, hand possessive on small of back. She smiled, eternal ambition veiled in tenderness. "Te amo por el oro que saco de ti." Truth wrapped in poetry. He laughed, deep rumble, pulling her into shadows for a stolen kiss that tasted of salt spray and victory. But thorns pricked even in triumph. Dona Elena cornered her during cake cutting, 7-tiered masterpiece, gold leaf, $250,000. "Enjoy the dress, querida. Empires crumble on lies." Whispered warning, pearls clicking retreat. Paparazzi drones caught a guest's slurred rant to Fox News stringer, "Golddigger wed the prince. Wait for divorce." Valeria's phone lit with alerts, her CNN clip remixed into 50M TikTok views, but hate threads multiplied, Paisa con artistry, Vega stock tanking on bride. Honeymoon was power play. Private jet to Medellin first, her turf. Hacienda tour where Mama lay buried under sabre tree. Alejandro knelt in dirt, placed white orchids. "Your roots run deep." She watched, calculating, his empire plus her grit equals dynasty unbreakable. Then Bora Bora overwater villa, turquoise lagoons, butler service, nights tangled in 1,000 thread sheets. Coffee brand launch synced, Soho tasting room open day they landed back in NYC, line around block. Paises cheered. Wall Street Journal profile, from diner to dynasty, Valeria Vega's authentic rise. Maquillaged, naturally. Months blurred into empire building. Penthouse became command center. Valeria's office, Medellin-sourced wood desk, barrio photos framed beside Basquiat's. First quarterly, Valeria Beans hit $4 million revenue, 20% margins. Ethical branding resonated, women farmers' testimonials viral. Alejandro reformed Vega hotels, Valeria wing luxury suites in every property, Colombian coffee served at turndown. Dona Elena hosted teas grudgingly, critiquing over-roasted beans. Socialites who sneered now begged invites. Isabella's final strike came subtle, 6 months post-vows. Leaked memo, her father's board proxy fight, timed with Vega Q3 dip. Alejandro in war room till 4 a.m. Valeria joined at dawn, silk robe over nothing, coffee steaming. "Fight dirty," she advised. Hired her old Medellin contact, ethical hacker, now corporate consultant, to trace funding. Isabella's daddy exposed, insider trading ties to Dubai sheiks. SEC probe. Proxy bid dead. Hampton's mansion foreclosed. Victory tasted bittersweet. That night, penthouse balcony, Manhattan skyline glittering submissive. Alejandro poured vintage Bordeaux. "We won." Valeria swirled her glass, city lights reflecting in emeralds. Thrones demand constant defense. He studied her, gray eyes knowing. Still dream of the diner? Nights confessed truths. Every full moon, insomnia hit. Dreams vivid, grease traps bubbling, roses laugh echoing, queens walk up rain through cracks. She'd wake sweating, pad to kitchen, cook midnight bandeja paisa on $100,000 Viking range. Ate alone at Marble Island, salt masking tears. Alejandro found her once, roots calling. She nodded, vulnerable rare. Fight never ends. Year 1 anniversary, Cartagena return. Same cliff, smaller circle. Renewed vows under stars, no cameras. He gifted Sabre sapling for penthouse terrace, her mama's tree echo. She gave him stock certificates, 10% Valeria beans, equal partners. Our empire. But thorns eternal. Dona Elena's health declined, your coffee killed my palate, dying jab. Socialites whispered divorce odds. Tabloids tracked her solo diner visits, nostalgia research for new chain, or regression. Isabella resurfaced in Monaco, yacht rechristened Venganza, dating European royalty. 2 years in, empire solidified. Valeria beans, 50 NYC locations, IPO whispers. Vega hotels, Valeria collection booked solid. Twins announced, real pregnancy this time, no fakes. Gender reveal, emeralds for girls. World cheered. Yet nightly, balcony ritual. Manhattan submitted, but ghosts lingered. Medellin mama's voice, fight Mija. Dinah Grease phantom scent. Alejandro's arms encircled her one such night. Regrets. She leaned back, emeralds cool against fevered skin. None. Thrones won, but guarded forever. He kissed her neck. Our fire burns eternal. Below, city pulsed hungry. Above, stars indifferent. Valeria smiled into darkness. Ambition's crown fit perfect, thorns sweet pricks reminding, empires built on plates scrubbed at dawn. The end.